Yeah. Yes, sir. It's like a thing now. You do the boom every time. I love it.
Yeah,
Um,
let's go.
let's go, man. Hey, we have Bates, President, Mr. Richards here today. This
Thanks
is
for thanks for the invite. I saw some of your videos. I checked out the YouTube channel. It looks
I
pretty cool.
appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah, I think you're our 10th guest. Double digits, baby.
Sweet. It's
Yeah.
cemented now. It's legit.
Exactly. Yeah, my dad was like, I'm gonna start sending it out to like people once you get to like 4 videos, then it'll show that it's for real. But yeah, every
There's a
Friday we've been
catalog.
consistent.
Yeah.
We drop every Friday, yeah.
Awesome.
Hey,
So
Mr.
yeah, Zach.
President, wait. I just want to say one thing to Mr. President. I apologize for my computer. What's going on right now? Like, I truly, I don't know what's going on, Mr.
We
President.
can see you just fine.
I appreciate that, man. But it's a pleasure to have you on. I truly appreciate it. When Hayden said, "Hey, can we get Zach on?" I said, "You didn't have to ask me that. You told me that. Let's
Yeah,
have."
thank you. Nice to talk with you guys.
So yeah, this is Zach Richards. We know him from Bates. He's class of 2026 with me. He's the student council president. Student council,
Student
right?
government. Yeah,
Student
co-president.
government co-president. Yeah, doing a great job. I mean, I don't know. Have you officially now taken office, I guess?
Yeah, we've been doing stuff since like loosely, probably since May,
Okay.
June, mostly just having meetings, talking to people. I was just actually at Bates this past weekend, met with some people, starting some preliminary work, but I'm really
Really? Was
excited
that,
for it.
was that essential?
Uh, to get the ball rolling, get some experience, just in the summer.
That's amazing, man. That's awesome stuff. That's a really, really cool thing you do. And yeah, Zach's, I mean, first and foremost, like we say Mr. President a bunch, but like really Zach is just an awesome guy. And he's one of those guys like, this is basically just like commons conversations continued
Yeah,
after
it's a good idea.
graduation.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, excited to get into it.
Definitely.
So,
I want to say one thing quick. I
yeah,
remember, Zach, I think I met you for the first time. I think it might have been my junior year, and
Mhm.
I think you were a JA. I forget at what house, but
Yeah,
it was
yeah, yeah.
in forestry.
Fry House, you were
yeah,
helping with the moving.
Yes, and I
Yeah,
had a
yes,
conversation
sir.
with you, and I was like, yeah, this guy is a cool guy.
yeah,
He's
I
a
remember that. Yeah. That was
radio.
good. And then I'd say our most recent memory was you beating me in soccer. Not a good
I was
memory,
trying to
but
be nice, you know.
Oh, in a mural?
I wasn't trying
yeah,
to
yeah,
bring
you
that
crushed
up, you
us.
know.
Wait, was this in the playoffs?
Yeah, this was maybe
Because
like
I heard Amir was,
semifinals,
if,
something like
yeah,
that.
I heard this game. They were down, and Amir said he got into the huddle and said, "Guys, we're not losing this game." Went out and scored 4 goals straight or something.
No, you did. Yeah, this is like a Michael Jordan moment.
Hey, Hayden, I'm gonna be honest with you. They had my team down and out. I think you guys went up what? It was like 3-0, like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, something like that. That was a good game.
They
Good
went
back
up
then.
3-0 quick. And my ace girl, Phoebe, like Phoebe is always like, oh, happy, like jolly and stuff like that. And they got rewarded a free kick. And I think it
Mhm.
was Ben who scored a banger on a
Oh
free
yeah, yeah,
kick.
he scored it.
And Phoebe
I
was like,
remember
no way to the ref. You gave him a free kick. Blah, 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 blah. So Hayden, when I saw Phoebe do all of this, I said something's wrong. I said I gotta turn up. Cause I was, you know me, I'm like, all right, cool, like up 2-0, all right, we'll come back, whatever. I saw Phoebe, ah, blah, 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 blah. I said, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Something's wrong. Something's
Yeah.
wrong. I said, oh man. But
Bro,
that
because it's always just, you're a good soccer player playing college, and it's always just an intramural game until you start losing by a lot in the playoffs. And then it's like you gotta turn it on. It doesn't matter if it's the NBA finals, it doesn't matter if it's intramural. Like, bro, Bates intramural basketball, most I've cared about a basketball game easily since high school, maybe ever, bro. Like we
yeah.
take it serious.
Yeah,
And Zach, I heard you're
don't
pretty
have
good
Zach
at,
started.
not to cut you off, but I heard you're pretty, like, I heard you're one of the guys in basketball as
He is,
well.
bro. Great player.
Me? No, I rely on
Great
the
dude.
height,
What?
not the shooting,
Oh no.
not anything else, not the dribbling.
Bro, the crazy part is he told me he's like, yeah, I just started playing basketball like what, like 2 years ago, like college?
I played pickup. I never played high school or middle school. Like I never
Or
played
like
organized. I think I played
legit.
1 year in like sixth or seventh grade. But yeah, it was at the same. It was always at the same time as soccer and tennis, which I preferred.
He's
So
one of he's got
I'm
like the
not super
crazy hit
coordinated.
down. And like no matter what, no one's around, wide open midi, he's fading like one leg. Like he like no matter what. No
That's
one
tough. I
around.
loved it. But you're a tennis guy as well?
Yeah, yeah. I just played this morning. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
No. I'm actually disappointed because I'm a big tennis guy. And
Uh-huh.
He is, bro. He is.
during my last couple months at Bates, I don't know if you know Professor Slane. He's in the biology department. Big
Uh-uh.
tennis guy as well. And me and Professor Slane, we go out. Like, he's pretty good. Like, I'm not one of these guys that just go out and go play tennis for fun. Like,
Yeah.
I'm tough stuff, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, I wish I got to, hit with you, you know?
Yeah. I know. I wish I knew that. I mean, especially freshman year, I was always looking for people to hit with, and it's tough. A lot of people are just getting into it, and then the really good people, it's like, I mean, I played with Aaron Ramos
Rum,
years
yes.
before,
I played with Rumble.
and he is, yeah, he is just it's just a different level when you play with the
Hey,
guys on the team.
playing with those guys, the way they smack that ball is crazy.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Crazy. That's crazy.
I went to a match. They were playing in the playoffs, the Bates team against Middlebury when I was home on break. And like, bro, it's crazy watching them. Like one of my good friends, Teo, plays, Teo,
Mhm.
so
Yeah.
crazy watching him serve, bro. Like ridiculous. Like I don't know how you return like that. But um
It's a
all right,
beautiful game, man. Beautiful game. Beautiful
let's
game.
hop right into it. So first quote of the day is from one of my favorite philosophers, Immanuel Kant. We are not rich by what we possess, but what we can do without. And then hopping into the philosophy segment, also kind of motivated off of some other Kant quotes I was looking at. I've been thinking a lot about different forms of love and different relationships. And I'm gonna also connect this into the debate at the end. But I just thought we'd talk about like, is there differences? Because obviously there's different types of relationships. You have like your parents, you have even just like difference between having a sister or brother, you have your friends, you have lovers, like, well, if it's just lover. And like, do you have, is it like a different form of love itself? You know what I mean? Like, can we like obviously different relationships, but is the love different? Like, and well, we'll save the rest for the debate, but I just want to hear your thoughts on that.
No, that's a good question. I'd say I was thinking about that because you told me the name of the podcast or the channel, Speaking with Love. You told me no prep was needed. So of course I started thinking, I was like, oh, I can't walk in with nothing. But that was actually one of the things I thought about is, what are the differences? And I'd say yes and no, that they're the same thing. I think in a lot of ways it's the basic idea, this is someone you care about. This is someone that you would do things for that you wouldn't do for anyone else. But of course, when you get to choose, yeah, your romantic partner, for example, or your friends, that's a very different environment than like choosing your parents or choosing my sister. I know you have a sister as well, Hayden. It's like that's different because that's someone you grow up with. That's, in some ways your best friend, your worst enemy, but it's someone who, is always there for you and someone who um, you love almost because you guys have so much in common and they've always been there for you and you know that, they're your rock and you're their rock. Um, Whereas, when I meet people at Bates, like when I met my friends, when I met Kira, my girlfriend, it's like that's almost different uh because you have that choice, you can grow to love someone differently. And I think I guess one of the similarities is that there's still that growth, right? Is that the idea is that I hope that my friends at Bates are not going to be gone, the second I graduate. And I think that's great, actually, as well, that Amir is doing this with you because Amir has graduated. Amir is not going to be probably having those comments talks as much, but he's still here, right? You're still going to be developing that relationship. You're still going to be building it. So I'd say in that way, it's super similar, even though this is someone who you chose to be friends with, but you can still create those relationships that are similar to familial.
I
Totally.
can't go. I can't go. I can't go. I can't go.
Okay.
Hey, Zach, I love that, man. Like what I loved so
Oh,
much about
wait, I
that.
thought you said you can't go, bro.
Nah, I have to go. I have to go. But
You can go.
when Hayden came to me with this idea about the podcast, I was a little bit hesitant. I mean, not the podcast, but we started
Radio show. You
with the
came up with a
radio show.
podcast. I came up with a radio show. Yeah.
Yeah. And it started with the radio show. And the radio show, we used to wake up what was it, every Friday at 8 a.m.
Yeah, we're on air at 8.
on air at 8 a.m.
WRBC.
Beg your
Yeah.
pardon?
Yeah.
Is this
W.
WRBC? Is that Bates?
Yeah. And like
Bates Radio.
waking up 8 a.m. on a Friday to do a little radio show, I was like, I don't know, Big H. Like I truly do not know. But I was like, you know what? Like this is really my mate, and like it's way bigger than that. Like this could be fun. Like I really respect and I appreciate Big H. So I'm gonna do this for Big H.
Well, you compromised with showing up at probably 8:25 every day, just to be,
Hey,
just to
hey,
be.
don't, why you airing out my dirty laundry, man? You gotta cool out, man. I told you about this, man. Told you about this. But yeah, I'll show up 8:25, maybe 8 some days, you know. But transitioning to the podcast, I thought about like I wanted to keep in touch with Hayden some way and somehow, and I wanted it to be like not just through message, but I wanted not even just with Hayden, like with all my friends. And I feel like Hayden and I creating this platform and having these conversations once a week with our mates and whoever we deem fit is like a brilliant way of doing that. And that was my whole thought process and thinking about the podcast aspect of it. So I appreciate you for saying that because you're spot on. Also about the sibling love. I'm an only child, so I don't really know exactly how you and like I don't really understand that sibling bond. So I like you to kind of expand on that a little bit.
I mean, well, I can also say something on that. But yeah, I totally agree. I mean, like, I think that for me to answer the question, like, I just think that there's such different relationships, but I think that I think love comes in different forms in every way, and it will always come in different forms with each individual relationship with a person. But I mean, like no two people have the same relationships in their life. You know, no two people have one best friend, one parent's in their life, one isn't, one sister, and like no one has the exact same situation when it comes to loving relationships in their life. So I think it's hard to say that like sister relationships are always the same or like parent relationships are always the same. I think that love just comes in many different forms. So I think that yeah, like I think that all these different relationships do kind of differ, but not just because it's your sister or it's your parent. And to talk on the sibling love, I don't like it's hard to describe again because what I'm saying is that everyone has a different experience with it. But for me, it's like my sister was like a built-in best friend from the moment we're born, like from the moment I was born since I'm younger. And she's just like a built-in best friend. We're 2.5 years apart, so we're very like close in age. And she's just like it's like your parents have unconditional love for you, right? So like, all right, and a lot of those that are blessed to have that. Your parents have like an unconditional love for you. But your sister, like, or your brother doesn't really have to have that. So it's almost like your built-in best friends that still are choosing to be best friends. And you get to be around each other all the time and you get sick of each other, but still you love each other at the end of the day. So it's like, it's almost like a mix of like that friendship and unconditional love, which is like incredible. I don't know about what you'd have to say on that, Zach, but
No, I think that's a good point. I think saying as well the fact that, you and I can both have a sister and it's going to look different the way our relationships are. I know that I would annoy my sister all the time growing up. And I don't know about you. I don't know if it was always the best friend part, but
well, being the younger
it's
brother, I had to ignore her.
yeah,
It's just a job.
it's a job, yeah. It's a
Yeah.
requirement. Um, no, but I think you're, and I like the point that you mentioned about people who are blessed to have two parents who love them, or even people who are blessed, if you want to say that, to have a sibling, someone that they can hang out with. Because I know that I've appreciated being able to hang out with my sister, and we're also close in age. Um, but I think the thing is with family is that everybody has different relationships with their family. And sometimes, I think most people know someone in their life, or maybe it's them who don't have great relationships with their families, right? And it's not always uh, easy enough to say, oh, yeah, of course I love my parents. Of course I love my siblings. Because there are a lot of people who just don't have that relationship. And some people, and that can never be broken, but it's also a reality that some people just don't grow up wanting to be close with their parents, when they move away for college or something like that. So I'd say that would, I don't know if that counts as, the one difference between the friendships you make in college or the relationship you have with your partner. But I'd say one of the things that I would say is that when you get to choose those relationships, when you get to choose who you love, I think that can also be, a really powerful and insightful thing because you're also allowing yourself to take autonomy over who you love. And it's not as simple as, well, of course I have to love this person. They gave birth to me or they're my brother.
Mhm.
Because a
Totally.
lot of people I think have difficulties with that. And thankfully I don't. I have a very great family and they're very supportive, but I also don't want to say that that's, something that's unconditional because I can't speak for everybody else.
Totally, bro. I think that that's all of that was incredible. And I think that that's so true. There's like a special thing about each relationship, like unconditional love. So say from like a parent or something or like a grandparent is like, no matter what you do, that person is going to take you as you are and love you. And then have you guys watched Adolescence, the show?
No.
It's a very good
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
It,
I watched that this summer. Yeah.
dude, yeah, intense show. But like it kind of, I mean, it kind of speaks to that unconditional love and how like, especially when it comes to like parental love. Um, and then there's also like this special part about like being in love with someone romantically and like you are like choosing to you had these lives separately and then you're choosing to almost combine your lives or like create a life together and like you're choosing that like and you're promising it together. That's what I think is so beautiful about marriage, and that's what I think is it's so special about that form of relationship that isn't unconditional from birth. Um, yeah,
Hmm.
Beautiful.
beautiful.
Zach, you a philosophy major? You have to be.
Not even close. No, I've
Okay.
never taken a philosophy class, and I
Oh,
don't
you're
think I will.
politics. I'm politics philosophy. You could do it. Oh wait, no, you're
Yeah. Yeah.
econ.
Yeah. I love
Are you
politics.
econ politics.
Politics, econ.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Good.
Hmm.
That's a good combination like that.
No, it is. Yeah. All right, so we'll take a little break. We're gonna come back to that same similar conversation, but ease off onto the sports section. Um, and I thought we'd talk about Celtics because Zach is also a huge Celtics fan. Although it's kind of a depressing time to talk
Hmm.
because there's probably a video of me in our first episode saying that we're gonna three-peat. and that we were going to win this year and win next year. And I was so sure of it. I was so sure that that was the reality.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to
Yeah.
say. Like, I don't know if how long JT and JB are going to be a thing in Boston. Like, I don't know how long, what's going to happen with us next year with basically no Jason Tatum. Yeah. And the
Mhm.
terrible ending to the season. So, what are your thoughts, Zach?
Well, I'm a big Bill Simmons fan, if you know him. He's sports columnist, has his own podcast. He says it's really hard to repeat as
Right.
champions, especially in the NBA, especially nowadays. It is really hard. And I think parity plays a huge role into that. The league is changing. Obviously, we know with the salary cap rules, it's just you can't, if you're the Celtics, you can't hold on to Drew Holiday. You can't hold on to Porzingis. And then on top of that, even, they did do that for a year. And then you have Porzingis going missing. Obviously he had an injury or a sickness. He had some stuff that he was dealing with. He was basically a non-factor in that whole run, which is something, you can't really control. And there were lots of struggles as well. It seemed like they were just two crazy anomalies in those first two Knicks games. But honestly, it was rough. Seeing Tatum go down was rough, but it happens. It's part of sports. You saw it with Halliburton again. Um,
Bro.
I'm honestly excited. I'm excited for the season. I know it's tough to say that as a Celtics fan, but I don't know a lot about Anthony Simons. I don't know a lot about who else did they bring in? They brought in George Niang, someone else. I'm looking forward to it, honestly. I'm probably not going to be watching a lot of the games, but I'll watch the highlights.
I'm excited as well. Anthony Simons is like he's like a chameleon, he can like adapt to different roles. So
Hmm.
I'm excited in that sense because like hopefully JT comes back sometime after the All-Star break. Maybe not
Hmm.
for the playoffs if we somehow make them.
Yeah.
But no, we'll make the playoffs even with that. But so he can adapt well to different roles. I've seen like on the Trailblazers, he went from like a seventh man and like playing well as a seventh man to them being like a starter.
Yep.
Um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it is a bummer. It's just sad, dude. Injuries are just sad, but no, I'm very excited for the future. I do think, yeah, like you said, dude, like it's so hard to repeat just because of money. It's like when Drew Holiday drops, he dropped like 30 points in game one or two of the NBA Finals, and all of a sudden now he's just worth more money. If you're like the MVP of a game in the NBA Finals, like you're just a more valuable player now.
Hmm.
Um, which, bro, fun fact about that. I was big on Fliff at the time, Fliff?
I think you told me about that. Was that the
Dude, I told you about this?
sports betting?
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
there
So
one where, yeah, yeah.
I
Jeff told me
won
about it.
some bet and then I had like $14 or like I don't know, it might have been like $8 on Fliff, which isn't like real money yet. And I
Mhm.
just put it all down on him to be the finals MVP, and then he dropped like 30. And all of a sudden I had a 1 in 7 chance of winning like $3,000. So I was like
Wow.
sweating, to be honest. All I cared about was Drew Holiday getting the ball. And then of course the next game he scored like 4 points and just played defense.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
But yeah, no, I'm excited too. I think it could be a good season. But
Yeah.
Can we
yeah.
trade JB?
Did you say we? Yo, what? What are you talking
Are you
about?
a big
We?
Celtics fan?
Yes.
No, you're not, bro. What? Bro, you are just a fan of whoever we're talking about, or you hate them. Just to make conversation, you do this, bro. You're like a Ravens fan. You can't be a Ravens fan and a Celtics
That's a
fan.
whole different sport. Like that don't even make any sense. Like, like you're a Ravens fan. Like what? That's football, bro. Come on, man. I'm a big Celtics fan. Been a big Celtics fan.
Wait, when did that happen? When did that happen?
I went to school in Boston. I was a young guy, 12 years old,
Okay, yeah.
or Massachusetts. I went to school in Mass.
So why not a Pats fan?
Because I told you they win too much. They started winning too much. Like I really used to see Tom Brady just vroom, vroom, like it was just way too much. Like I was like, this guy, he wins
It
too
was
much.
boring, bro. It was boring.
I told you I was a Pats fan. I watched Tom Brady lose to the Seahawks. Then I watched Malcolm catch that pick to beat
Malcolm
the
Butler,
Seahawks
baby.
100%. See, I'm a real one. Then I watched Atlanta fumble that massive lead.
Bro,
Then I
yes.
said, you know what?
Winning touchdown.
Once Tom Brady did that comeback, I said, you know what? Yeah, I need a new team. I need a new team. Like it's just, I need a new team. Then I went to the Jags, Jalen Ramsey, Leonard Fournette, Blake Bortles, those boys. Then I say, you know what? I like Lamar. They're hating
Yeah,
on Lamar.
Lamar is fun. Lamar
Let
is
me
fun.
go join Lamar. But yeah, I'm always been a Celtics fan. Um, I think I knew Boston like three-peat. I think is a bit insane, but I respect that idea, Big H. But I think three-peat is a bit crazy. I did have the Celtics winning this season. Like I would have put all my money on the Celtics winning this season. But I do think that the Celtics should cash in on Jaylen Brown right now. I strongly believe that. Strongly.
What's the reasoning?
Jaylen Brown, I like him as a person. I think he's a good guy and a great guy. And obviously he's good at basketball, but I
Bro,
just
you sound like the GM right now, bro. You should be signing papers, bro.
100%. I'm a top GM. You know what I'm saying? I'm
A
a top
good guy. He's pretty good at basketball, We should probably
But I just
give
don't
him
think
$400 million.
like he always needs the ball in his hand to make stuff happen. And I don't think he's the most effective player in the NBA at having the ball in his hand and making it happen, if that makes any sense. Like I think Paulo Banchero on Orlando is way better than Jalen
Yeah,
Brown.
but I
Think about
mean,
JB?
logistically, they're not giving up Paolo.
True,
Yeah,
That's
but
one of those things you got to think, okay, who's actually shopping?
uh,
And often it's been whoever has Kevin Durant.
true.
And then obviously Kevin Durant went to the Rockets, but you got to ask yourself. I mean, this question was asked like 3 years ago. Are you going to trade JB for Kevin Durant?
How about
And
Giannis? I'm trading JB for Giannis.
yeah,
And
I don't think they would do that trade.
but
yeah.
it
Giannis is a top three player in the league.
doesn't Giannis went out? I heard Giannis wants out.
That
Yeah,
is honestly the
I've heard mixed
best
things.
chance because he wants out, but he probably still wants money, which we wouldn't want to give. Like we wouldn't.
I'm doing JB
We're
Pritchard,
gonna have to make some other big changes if we're giving him.
JB Pritchard, couple picks, maybe throw Hauser in there for Giannis, 100%.
Yeah, we'll see what the Bucks say.
That's a
I
great
don't see that
trade.
happening.
That's a
But
great trade. That's great business.
Low key, no, that'd be nice, but I don't see how. I don't know. I mean, he was Finals MVP, bro.
he was put some respect on his name. We also have no idea what's going to happen with Tatum. I
True.
mean,
Although
you
Tatum should have.
know, you need to know what's going to happen, especially you don't want to give up everything to go all in this year because Celtics aren't going to try to win the chip with Giannis if their best player Tatum is on the sidelines, right? And they've also, let's say he comes back after the All-Star break, they're going to have 2 months of playing together before the playoffs. There's too much talent in the league. I don't see that as a necessarily a winning strategy. I think if you
Bro,
look
like
at all the good teams, they have a really good player, they have a great number two, and they have so much depth. I mean, there's a
yeah,
reason why the Nets didn't win, right? There's a
True.
reason why the Suns, Booker,
Spanish
Kevin
Suns.
Durant, they were
Yeah.
like a non-factor. They're a non-entity.
Oh,
Everyone thought
there's
they
a
would be
reason why
good.
the LeBron and Luca didn't even get past the first round. That was
Exactly.
mainly
Like
a
they
Durant,
don't
Bron,
have
40
depth. They
years
don't have a
old.
AD,
style.
Bron, 40. Bron, 40.
bro. But he's still one of the best players in the league, bro.
Or Bron, 40, bro. Come on, man.
There's too much. I just think there's too much talent in the league. Too many people who can make a difference. So you need at least eight or nine of them who are going to be really solid if you want to win it. I mean, look at the two teams that made it to the finals.
Thunder,
They
bro.
had the
That's. I
deepest
mean,
roster.
Jalen Williams was essential to the Thunder being so good this year. Like him stepping up, not just shy, both of them stepping up into their roles, but also like just yeah, that depth is crazy on that team.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. But I never saw it coming. Beginning of the season, I never saw that coming. It was cool. All right, we only have 8 minutes left. I don't know if you can see Zach, but we always see the timer because we don't have Zoom Plus, so we get kicked off.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
7:40.
so for the debate, which today will be probably a debate because we don't really often debate, and this probably won't be much of a debate. More just continuing our more just continuing our conversation from before. Um, so we're talking about these different forms of love within relationships. Um, are some forms of love more essential to fulfillment than others? So like, is it more important? Does like everyone need love from their parents to truly have like fulfillment and self-esteem in life compared to need like a lover? Like, is one more important for fulfillment than the other? Yeah, what do you guys think?
Amir, you want to start it off?
That's a big question. Yeah. Okay. I look at it from a lens of, I don't know, I don't want to be too negative, but I feel like sometimes I think trauma can actually like fuel you, if that makes any sense. So I wouldn't say like you need that love from your parents. Like I think it'd be definitely great to have, but I also think and know of some cases of individuals that in my life where like their parents love like not being there for them has fueled them into becoming the person that they are, and they've gotten love from like elsewhere. So I think that's very interesting. So I would probably say no on that, but in my case, I would say like specifically me, I think that love from my parents, like that strong backbone is like, I'm extremely grateful for that, you know. But I do understand that it's some case scenarios in the world where like that love some people don't have, and they actually use that absence of love to their advantage in life. So yeah, I would say no.
I think that's a great point. I think that I would say no as well. I would say that you can't really, and this connects to my argument before, you can't really say like a form of love is more important than another one or like uh because they're just so different. And I think that form of so like we were talking about, there's loves that are just like a given and almost like more expected, like, and that's why it can hurt when people, it can like cause such trauma if like a parent leaves their child or like doesn't support their child the way they should, is that that's like an expected, essential form of love that someone wants to receive and they don't, and that's what's so hard about that. But I think as long as you have some form of love in your life,
Mhm.
it's all about focusing on that. And I think that love from a lover, as we were saying before, or like from a friend, can show you almost like give you fulfillment that someone does love you and they chose to love you. It's not just like your parents who like have to love you. So I think they both are very important, as we were saying before, but I think that neither are more essential than the other. I think that some can almost be more hurtful, but it depends on the situation. And yeah, I just think that I don't know. I don't think you can put one form of love over another because it's so different in every form. Oh, it's so different in every individual situation.
The love that I would say that I would put above all forms is the love of motivation, believing in someone, if that makes any sense. I think that type of love is extremely important. I think everybody craves that type of love in a way. Like you want somebody to have your back and believe in you, like you can do this and I got you and like everybody wants it, if that makes any sense. So I think that type of love for me is like one of the highest forms of love, like just believing in the next person or someone believing in me.
Oh, Zach, you got anything?
Yeah, I know we don't have a lot of time. I'd say yeah, I like what both of you said, and yeah, Hayden, I think you're right. You can't just choose one. I think both play their own respective roles and are equally important. I'd say if I had to stake out one, to make it a debate, I'd say that um, even though both have played a significant role in my life in terms of, let's say, one is like the mentorship parent type of love, and the other is romantic or who you get to choose. Maybe I'd say going into my relationship, like with my friends, my relationship with my girlfriend, I'd say that is something that is heavily influenced by my relationship with my parents and my relationship with my sister, and because that is something I grew up with for my entire life, basically. And seeing how my parents interact with each other, seeing how they chose to raise my sister and I, seeing how they interact with their friends, that is something that taught me how to show love to my friends, how to show love to my girlfriend. And so I know you guys both raise good points and that it's you can't really just choose one. Um, but I would say that that's something where I can't deny that in my own personal experience. I can't just say that they played equal roles in my life and deny the fact that um, my parents my parents have played a crucial role in teaching me how to love, teaching me how to go off and find my own relationships, how to go off and show that love to someone else. So I'd say that is is total has been totally essential for me.
Totally, bro.
Okay.
Totally. Um, and you made me think of one more thing, which I'm going to drop on us with about 45 seconds left
Let's
for
go.
think about it on our own, which is also probably the most important form of love that you can receive is really just loving yourself, like love from yourself. And obviously that's affected by many things. We could talk about that for a long time. That's affected by love from parents and
Mhm.
but with under 30 seconds, Zach, thank you so much for coming on, man. Great to
Yeah,
see you.
thank you. Thank you to both of you. That's a good way to end it, Hayden.
Sir.
Good thought to stick
You can
with
go
me.
and think about it.
Yeah,
All right,
thank you
man.
guys so
Well,
much.
I'll see you soon.
All
All
right,
right.
I'll see you guys
That
later.
was
Have a
awesome.
good one.
I truly appreciate it.
All
Seriously.
right,
Peace and love.
thank